What is up, my fellow Chibits? Hopefully all of you are having a very wonderful day today. And so today, earlier this morning, I asked many of you to give me the weirdest questions you could possibly think of. And I was looking through and, oh my, there's a lot of questions. So I think this is probably going to be a very cringy / interesting video. So let us begin. How many times did you fap to Big Mom since you revealed your fetish? I have never fapped to Big Mom, because honestly, if you want me to be direct with you, she's very hideous. Now, I know beauty is subjective, but she's very, very hideous in my personal opinion. I'm sorry, I just can't fap to that. If you were a worm, how long would you be? I guess since I'm short, like I'm relatively short, like a very short person, what would be one of the shortest worms? Like an inchworm or something? I would say like an inchworm. I'm assuming. Because since I'm a short human, I would assume I'd be a short worm, so yeah, I would say around like an inch. Smash or pass? Smash, boy. Are you only asking for weird questions so you can use them as clickbait? Nah, I wouldn't do that. I don't know what you're talking about. Do you feel like time is moving faster as you grow older? In a way, I do. I have to admit, like, this year is a very good example of that. I mean, it feels like winter just ended recently, and summer's already about to end right now. And it's crazy we were already this far into the year. I mean, look, we're already in August, school's starting back up for a lot of people in the world right now, and I mean, fall is quickly approaching. It's just crazy. We're at the end of the year already. Like, we're already past the halfway mark. I mean, it's just hard to believe that, you know, this year's passed by. So I do feel like time does move faster as I grow older. I think there was a study on that. I could be wrong, but I think there was a study about that as you grow older or something, because of like stimulation and all that you get throughout the days or months, you don't get as much as you did when you were younger because everything was brand new to you. I think there was a study on that, but like I said, I could be wrong, so don't quote me. Do you love me? I love you and I love you all equally, but that fucking picture is cute as fuck. Like in a very weird and awkward way. That's a very, very cute looking picture. Would you rather be part of the Sonic fandom or My Little Pony fandom? The thing is, I'm already kind of a part of the Sonic fandom. Like, I'm not a massive fan of Sonic or anything, but I like Sonic. I used to play the games growing up and stuff, so I would probably rather be a part of the Sonic fandom, because I personally don't like My Little Pony. I'm just gonna be honest. If you like it, go for it, enjoy it. I'm not gonna, say anything about you. Everybody has their own things they like. But I tried to watch the first episode because my friend was begging me to, like, start the series. I watched the first episode. I didn't like it. I legit didn't like My Little Pony. Now, I'm not saying it was bad. I'm just saying the way it was designed and what I saw, it was a good cartoon for children. But all I saw was for one episode, so I can't really say anything. I haven't seen everything, but it wasn't for me. I didn't like it, and so I'd rather be a part of the Sonic fandom. Have you ever showed anyone that hello picture? Are you talking about that picture, or are you talking about the other wall scroll to the side, the other one over there, that one, or the ones over my bed, which I received that, a fellow Chibit drew for me, and one of them is completely nude? Which hello picture are you talking about? I mean, I got quite a bit of wall scrolls. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 wall scrolls of hello, so yeah, which one are you talking about? Would you do any criminal activity for your waifu? What type of criminal activity are we talking about? Like, are we talking about criminal activity as in killing someone, stealing something, breaking someone's legs to survive? I mean, what type of criminal activity are we talking about? Because, I mean, there's different forms of it. I mean, yes, criminal activity is criminal activity, but I mean, like, is there a reason behind it? Like, okay, let me give a good example. Let's say, I was in love with someone, and I had to kill this person that was stalking my waifu. I had to kill him because he was a stalker, and he was dangerous, and the law probably wouldn't do anything to stop him. So I had to take it into my own hands and kill this man. Is that what type of, criminal activity you're talking about? Or are you talking about stuff where, like, I just, stole for this girl to make her happy? Is that what you're saying? Because it depends on the form of criminal activity if I would do it or not. For instance, if someone's life was in danger that I truly loved, like if I really loved them, and their life was in danger, and then nothing was being done about it, and I was pushed to that point, oh yes, I would do something criminal. Yes, if I was forced to. I'm not even gonna joke. I won't. I won't even joke. If, like, I was forced, I was pushed into that corner, I would. And I think many could possibly agree with me. Many might probably say, nah, I can't agree with that. But I think many, if you were forced into a situation and you're continuously pushed and pushed and pushed into a point to where you had to do something like you normally wouldn't do, I think you'd probably agree. But I don't know. It depends on the context of the question, what you're trying to say here. Are you meaning like just stealing for the sake of stealing, or doing something else? That's the question I have. Now then, Chibi, will you leave your villain days behind? Toilet paper always goes like this. It never ever goes like this. Only villains. I guess I'm a villain, because I prefer toilet paper like that. I prefer it under instead of over. I don't know why. Just the way the over is, it just doesn't look right to me. I don't like it. I like the way you can reach underneath and grab it and pull it out. The grabbing it like this just doesn't, I don't know. I don't like that. So, I guess I'm a villain. I guess I'm a hardcore villain. How do you think they will take down Kaido in One Piece? Hitting him very hard. If you can lucid dream, what would be the perfect dream? One where he has a girlfriend. Is this your long-lost animated twin? Excuse me. Is that Recreators? He does kind of have my fucking hairstyle, I have to admit. I won't even deny that. He has that, like, big poofy afro type hairstyle like me. I won't deny it. I'm not blind. I'm not. I guess he is my long-lost animated twin. Just answering me this. Is this from Recreators? It looks like the art style of Recreators, but I could be wrong. But still, I guess he might be. Is there any anime or manga where you fell for a trap character? Actually, yes. Very recently, I fell for a trap character in the new Fate series. I mean, the writer looks like a girl, like a little lolly, but actually is a dude, Astafel. So I was like, what? It's a fucking dude? Like, why do you do this, Japan? Like, why do you make me fall for traps? If you were to be a Yonko, who would you be? Like, you're talking about being the person? Or are you talking about what type of person I would be if I was a Yonko? Well, if I could be a type of person, I would want to be like Whitebeard. But if we're talking about I get to choose to be in their shoes, does that mean I have to follow their destiny or their role? For instance, if I was to choose Whitebeard, would that mean I would have to die standing up and die at the War of the Best? I mean, that's the question I have. But if I am able to change, you know, destiny or whatever happened in the series, but be them, I would choose Whitebeard. But if for some reason I couldn't, I'd probably choose Kaido. I don't know. I like Kaido. He's a badass. I know many are probably going to be shocked. Many probably would say Shanks, but I like Kaido. He's really cool. What if you lost your YouTube account? Let's say if YouTube is closing down. Most likely I'd move to Twitch. No joke. There will always be some form of YouTube. Even if YouTube shuts down, there will be some form of YouTube out there. There always will be. Just YouTube is a very popular platform, and even if YouTube was to fall under, let's say, become the next MySpace, there will be something to replace it. There will always be a YouTube. Just a different type of site with a different name, but there always will be some form of YouTube. What is the weirdest question anyone has ever asked you for? I think one of the weirdest ones that still sticks in me to this day is probably, what type of fetishes do I have? Have you ever pooped in your pants before? What the fuck? No, I have not. No. I have not. I mean, I guess there was times when I was sick, I probably almost went to that point because of diarrhea, most likely, but I don't think, from what I can remember, I don't think I ever have. When are you going to stop being a virgin? When the flat earthers stop existing. What is the most disgusting thing you have seen / heard / eaten? I would probably say the Swedish, like that Swedish canned food or whatever. I did a Chibi vlog with it a long time ago. I forget the name of the video. I think I put like the stinkiest food or something. It was like a canned Swedish food. It was just, oh my god, it was vile. Like, I remember opening it up and it smelled like dead body. It smelled like death in a can. I remember my room when I opened it up on the video. It squirted in my fucking face. Disgusting. And also the smell of it was just so bad. It lingered in my room for a week. It was horrible. I had like 5 candles going. I had Febreze and all that Lysol just sprayed on my room. I was gagging just because of the chemicals, but at the same time though, the smell and the stench of that can was still there. It was just so bad. So I would say that's probably one of the most disgusting things I've ever had to experience. Favorite research website? I got you, fam. Sad Panda. What if haters dab back? You dab back at them. If the cat goes moo and the cow goes meow, what does the dog go? It goes wolf. If you were to be reborn in a medieval fantasy, which 2 options would you rather be? 1, a slime. 2, a skeleton. 3, a roper. And 4, eldritch. What's a roper? No, I don't even know what a roper is. I don't know. Slimes are one of the weakest things. I'll probably do an eldritch. Yeah, a skeleton and then an eldritch. I would probably choose those as my 2 options. If this video can reach 2K likes, then give us another weird fetish. You know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. If this video gets to 2K likes before next Wednesday, I'll reveal one fetish. One fetish I have not mentioned before in these Chibit questions. If you had to combine a food and an animal into one being, what would it be? Like, you're talking about, like, if something fused, like the fusion dance from Dragon Ball? A pizza turtle. I think a pizza turtle would be pretty interesting. Like, imagine a turtle with a pizza as its shell. That sounds badass. Like, a pizza shell. Now, I guess the poor turtle wouldn't be able to defend itself in the wild. It would get destroyed. But, I mean, just imagine a pizza turtle. Like, it's a shell, like, the shell is a pizza, and then the turtle is just living in it. That sounds badass. It legit sounds badass. I want fan art of that now. I want fan art. What is the cure for depression and anxiety, according to you? For me, is Jack Daniels. Yes, drinking always handles all problems. It's the best answer to anything. But anyways, don't do that. I mean, drinking is not a good choice if you have, depression stuff. It actually makes it worse. I think everybody knows that, but just FYI if you didn't. What I do if I'm depressed or have anxiety and all that, usually I sit down and I read manga. And that's usually something that kind of winds me down. If it's not that, I play a game. I play Smite, or I play some form of game like Diablo or something. I don't know. I usually play something like that if I'm depressed. So would you rather have Meliodas' curse and suffer forever, or kill Hollow? Sorry for the random question, but I was late. I'm sorry, but I'd probably kill Hollow. Meliodas' curse sounds like hell. The most cringe way to die. Now, when you say cringe, do you mean, like, the most humiliating, like, pathetic way to die? Like, for instance, I fell down some stairs and broke my neck. Like, you talking about that type of pathetic or cringe? Or are you talking about, like, cringe as in, like, holy shit, that's just so violent and horrible way to go, like, I wouldn't want that to happen. So, I would say one of the most pathetic ways to go would probably be to, like, stub your toe up against a table corner or something, fall over, and then snap your neck. That's probably one of the lamest ways to die. And if we're talking about just sheer cringe, like excruciating or horrible, I would say one of the things that's terrified me the most over the years is definitely if someone was to strap you to a table and then slowly chop your pieces off of your body one by one. For instance, okay, start with your toes. They would slowly just slice your fucking toes off one by one like salami. Like, just like an inch or a couple centimeters. They'll just slowly slice you, shove fucking salt on you, like cover the wound, make it to where you don't bleed, let it callus over or whatever, and then they do it again. They slowly cut you for long periods of time, just whittling your body down. And then when they get done with your hands and stuff, they go into your wrist, they slowly cut down your arm. That's what I'm talking about, like salami or something. That sounds fucking horrible. And so I think that would be one of the cringiest ways to die. But if you're talking about just pathetic, then obviously stubbing your toe and, breaking your neck. Who had the most romantic relationship in Berserk? Guts, or Donovan, or the princess and the king? You're a heinous individual. You're a really heinous individual. That's all I'm gonna say. I am not answering that question. I'm sorry, but you're heinous. You're legit heinous. Will you insert a salad in the thumbnail? I might sneak it into the thumbnail or something. We'll see. And if I did, I'm not, you guys can look for it. It could be like Finding Waldo. Okay, what's it like having no respectable taste in entertainment and quality? Well, fam, I'm glad you have that type of opinion. Keep it up. If you were to fuck a watermelon, would you name it and use it for years to come? Well, I did ask for weird questions, but holy fuck. This is very disturbing. Okay, so let me just quickly ask a question, okay? Why would I fuck a watermelon? That's the first thing I want to ask, okay? I mean, if we're going to be fucking any, like, fruits or vegetables, let's just go with a grapefruit, okay? I mean, watermelon just doesn't sound that pleasing. I'm sorry. I don't know. But, anyways, talking about watermelon, though, if I fucked a watermelon, why? Like, is it because I'm lonely? Like, for instance, I'm stranded on an island, like, I'm casted away or something, and so I need to call the watermelon, so like, Wilson! I need to call it something, I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming, and if not, okay, so if I did, does the watermelon rot? Like, does it rot? Like, I mean, obviously, if it was real life, it would rot. But, I mean, just going by your question, if the watermelon can rot, and I was to use it for years to come, that sounds so unsanitary. Like, that sounds very, very disgusting. Because, like, even if you were to clean it, the point is that it would rot. And it would smell. It'd be just the mold, and oh my god, like, no, I'm sorry, I couldn't, no, I couldn't, no, I'm sorry, you couldn't even pay me $1 million, I wouldn't do it. If I could be a little bit morbid, Chibi, what would you like on your tombstone when your time is at an end? Here lies Jacob Sievers, the little virgin dwarf. Harry Potter or the world of Disney, which one do you want to live in? If you choose Disney, which movie and why? I like Disney, but I would probably go with Harry Potter. I think Harry Potter's world is just very fascinating. I like the way the magic is. I like the school systems. I don't know. I like Harry Potter. So I would probably want to go into the Harry Potter verse just because I just love magic and I like witches and wizards and stuff. So I'll side with that side. What do you think about these fives?
Thick.
Yuri, Endorsi, or Haryun? Who's best turtle girl? I probably butchered some of those names, FYI. Now, many of you might know who these characters are from, but if you don't, these characters are from Tower of God. I actually did a video early this week. If you saw, I had major spoilers in the title. But basically, if I had to say best girl, now that I've officially caught up, like, I'm caught up with Tower of God now. Like, I have caught up. I just finished the latest chapter before I start recording this video. I'd probably say Endorsi. Either that or a red guide, a red-headed guide. One or the other. I would choose one of those two as best girl. Who would you rather have seduce you? Mount Lady or Midnight? Ooh, they both contain some of my fetishes. I like Mount Lady, and I like Midnight, but, I'd probably say Midnight. I don't know. I like Midnight. I like her personality, so I'd say Midnight. Will you ever do a collab with Times Reviews? Who's that? Have you ever tried to suck your own dick? Well, no, not that I'm aware of, but I do know that if you want to achieve something like that, you do have to take a surgery to remove one of your ribs to be able to suck your own dick, because there actually was a dude that did that. There was an article on it. You're forced to pick between these two options. Which do you pick? Number one, fuck a homeless man, okay, and give up on anime and manga for the rest of your life. I have to choose one of these two. Like, I legit have to choose, okay. So, let's weigh the options here. So, if I give up anime and manga, that basically means that I can no longer do YouTube, or focus YouTube around anime and manga. I would have to shift genres or perspectives with the channel. Like, the entire direction of the channel would have to shift. So, basically, it would pretty much end the YouTube channel. So, my kind of income would be gone at that moment. Now, fucking a homeless man, that's a very bad option as well. There's a lot of problems with that, in my personal opinion. Number one, I'm straight. I don't really have any interest in men. So that's number one thing I don't really care about. But on top of that, the question is, the man's homeless. And so that means that if he's homeless, does he have any diseases? Like, diseases that I can catch and are permanent. I mean, that's the big thing I gotta wonder here. And that's what I gotta weigh. Because giving up the YouTube channel, it would suck. It would be a horrible thing to do. I would probably be miserable. Very, 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 very miserable to give up YouTube. But fucking a homeless man also is something I probably wouldn't want to do, because that would stick with me for the rest of my life, and since I'm a virgin, basically I mean that would be my first time, and I don't think I want my first time to be that. And also, the dude might have diseases. So, because of that, it would even be worse than losing my job. Because that would mean that I would have a permanent disease that would carry with me for the rest of my life and I could never get rid of. Like, for instance, let's say he had AIDS, okay? And I would keep that, and I would die an early death because the man had disease and I was unaware of it. So, looking at both sides of this, I'd rather give up anime and manga because there's just too many risks in the first option. Chibi out.